Fellow teammates, continue to move swiftly. We'll talk more soon. I'm going to put on the positive side, right? Focus, take whatever it is you're making right now, and I'm telling you, we will see a completely different world, all right? Fellow teammates, continue to move swiftly. We'll talk more soon. Come on, somebody. Come on, so we going to do really confident that we already know.
I can do some things to supplement what the education system is not providing.
Teammates, we are back once again. If this is your first time listening to the Move Swiftly podcast, welcome to the show. I'm glad to have you. To my regular listeners, you guys are probably sick of hearing me say it, but I'm going to say it again so it hits home. ABC, always be connecting. Always be connecting. It was just a few weeks ago, I was at a Panera working on my podcast, working on what I'm doing, working on my business, that I ran into a lady. She was doing something that just kind of sparked my mind, like just kind of sparked my interest. And I'm like, hey, what's this whole Wheeler thing about? What is that? And then she goes, yeah, we have this whole new thing in gyms. We have this product, stuff like that. And, me as a former fitness guy, a guy that's heavily involved in fitness, I exchanged contact information, and she put me in touch with her marketing guy. And it's a very, very unique product. So with all that, Mr. David Gonzalez, welcome to the Move Swiftly podcast. How are you?
Everything good. How's everything going over there? Thank you so much for having me on the podcast.
Thank you for willing to be on this July 4th. Just so you guys know, I know it'll be a couple of weeks after, but we are doing this recording on July 4th. And that's the way it works. If you really about your business, you don't take holidays off. You don't take days off. You really about your business.
That's exactly how it is.
I'm trying to tell you, man. So, just as before we even get started, can you just talk a little bit about your background, where you started, how were you able to collaborate with, I think it's Coach Wheeler and Diana, right? They're a husband and a wife that run the company. Where did you start out and how did you get into the world with them?
All right. So actually, Daniela and Carlos, Daniela is my sister and Carlos is my brother-in-law.
Daniela, that's it. Yeah, Daniela.
Yeah, Daniela.
That's who I met at Panera.
So I first came here in the United States in 2015. I'm actually an athlete as well. We are a family of athletes. I came in 2015, played tennis for my college, graduated with a business administration background, finished my master's in marketing as well. And
where'd you play tennis?
I played tennis in Buffalo, New York.
What school?
Damon College.
Damon? Oh yeah, I went to Stony Brook in Long Island, New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm familiar with that area.
So yeah, it was a great experience. Loved it every single second. So once they started the company back in Colombia around 8 years ago, and they decided to bring it over here. And they say, hey, like you have a background in business, you have been in here for a long time. Can you help us out to put this together to start the company here as well and open a division here? And, obviously their family and everything. And I said, for sure, why not? And that's when I came into the picture. That was around 11 months ago. So that's when we started the division here in Tampa, Florida. And here we are now.
The thing I didn't even know that. I didn't realize that you were a former athlete yourself, and so was Daniela as well.
Yeah. Daniela was actually a heptathlonist, so she was like track, like she will do all the events like javelin. She will do how do you call pole vaulting, all of these pole vaulting, all of these events. Carlos as well. Carlos was the decathlonist. So Daniela used to do 7 events, and Carlos was doing 10 when they competed. Like Carlos was an athlete as well all his life. He was a soccer player in a professional soccer team back in Colombia. Then after that he became a decathlonist, and he's been an athlete like we have all been athletes all our lives, and that's why we have such a great passion for what we currently do right now.
Yeah, that's excellent, because that leads me into exactly what I want to talk to you about. So it's Wheeler Sports Technology, right? And
Correct.
you guys can speak from the perspective of former athletes and people that actually been in the trenches. And a lot of times, and I've been in fitness for a long time at this point, and there's so many people that just throw products out there that weren't athletes themselves. And it's like, how are you going to sell something when you weren't in the trenches doing it? So just talk a little bit about Wheeler Sports Technology specifically, because as I was looking on the website, and again, I've worked in tons of different gyms, I'm really kind of wondering, what makes you guys different? What makes you stand out? What makes it so if there's a gym owner listening in right now to say, hey, we got to get that technology in our gym?
All right. So yeah, so kind of like how it starts, Carlos, in addition of being an athlete, Carlos was is a coach as well, like an athletic trainer in his career back in Colombia. I will say he's probably one of the best athletic trainers I know, just really knowledgeable, extremely experienced. So he came, like he had his own gyms back in Colombia as well. Then they decided that they wanted to provide more objective data to parents, to athletes, even like athletes that were going back in college in Colombia. Is like, all right, like sometimes you can see how physical they are, but like you don't have really like a presentation card to say these are his numbers. So that's like that's when they started like thinking, all right, we need to create a product that works, like you can work with your athletes and get them better in different situations, but that actually provides data on the day-to-day and active feedback to your athletes, so you can so you can just kind of like have an objective panorama of like what's going on with your athletes. So that's kind of like how we started. And that's when they created the equipment that we have different, like right now we currently have 3 pieces here in the United States. We have the Wheeler Cone, Wheeler Yo-Yo, and Wheeler Jump, which is a wireless jumping sensor. So they're just different products, completely data driven, take like measure, like you can work with them, like you can work out with them, but you also can assess and do multiple assessments and provide reports to everybody, comprehensive reports.
So all right, I like right after college, I was a scout, a college scout. And what I would do is I would go out and I'd recruit players and try to get them seen by college coaches and things like that. And we get something called college coach requests, and they'd be requesting saying, look, we need a forward that's a year 2000 and whatever, or we need a guard, or we need whatever position they were looking for. And one of the things I would tell the parents, because when you say data driven, can you talk a little bit about how a parent can, or whether it's a parent or a coach or a trainer, how they can use that data to maybe, push the kid more, to give a kid or an athlete, I should say, a benchmark to say, this is where you are this month, and these numbers need to go up or down. Can you talk a little bit about how you were able to help with that?
Right. So we currently have a big database of all of the athletes that we have assessed, and we have assessed a lot of teams. We have worked with the professional Colombian national team. We have worked with around 60% of the soccer teams in Colombia. We have worked with volleyball teams, like a lot of professional teams where we have been able to gather data in some of these tests that establish a benchmark for a professional player. From there, like when you have a benchmark, you can then when you assess a young athlete, a youth athlete, you can see where they are compared with these standards that high performance athletes have already established. And with this in mind, being able to take all of this data, you can tell, hey, you're this far from high performance, or you're above average, you need to work on these sections. So that there is 2 parts, that being able to take the data from the athletes, but also being able to compare them with everybody that we have taken data with and that we have worked with.
So what makes the technology different than what's available now? Is there anything else out there like it? Can you talk a bit about, what makes the Wheeler Sports Technology different?
Everything is completely scientifically based. We have Carlos, which is the person that develops the equipment and develops all the science behind. He's written a lot of articles, scientific articles. It's completely scientifically validated by multiple magazines, important magazines on the world, like that are called Apunt. Those are the most important magazines for sports. And so the Wheeler Jump just got scientifically validated around 4 or 5 months ago, which was a great hit for us. And all of our equipment is like that. It's based on data and analysis. We're not just throwing things together. So that's one part. The other part that makes a difference is that we make sure that every single person that gets the product doesn't just get it. We go like we stay with them the whole process of how like they implement it, how to create routines with their athletes, and how to establish a protocol, either if they want to assess whatever they have, like if they have high performance athletes or they have fitness clients, or they have geriatric population, whatever they are, whatever they have to work on, we make sure that we provide a comprehensive plan from the beginning to the end, so they can implement it in their gym and they actually get a good use of it. Like our idea is not to just give you a product and you don't know what to do with it. Like our idea is that you use it to the most, you get the most out of it. So that's what I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah, because as you're talking, I'm thinking of the company, I believe his name is Peloton, the Peloton bike, where you can sell a bike, but if you don't have people there teaching you how to use it, it doesn't really do much. You got to have people coming in and saying, this is the best way to use it, this is how it works, and things like that. So it's very crucial that you do that as well. Now, you mentioned the equipment that you have is there. Well, first of all, can you just talk a little bit about the current products that are for sale, and then do you plan on expanding to more products, and what's that process like?
Right. So we currently have two, we call them eccentric machines. Those are the more commonly known as flywheel equipment. And we have a wireless jumping sensor and reaction lights. We currently have 4 important products on the market. The eccentric equipment creates something called eccentric overload. So there's different phases of the movement, and this one stresses that phase called the eccentric phase of the movement. Then we have the wireless jumping sensor, which is called the Wheeler Jump, that besides the fact of measuring vertical jumps, it also measures 7 different variables and 7 different tests. You can measure the fatigue of an athlete. You can measure, you can assess their reactivity and prescribe plyometrics. So all of these things, like 7 different, completely different assessments than just measuring how high they can jump. So that makes it a great product as well. And the reactive lights, or the Wheeler reactive lights is the general, like the lights that you go and shot, like they're connected to your phone, you go and turn them off, and you can create different drills and different things with it.
Right.
So
right, and that's the one where you lay out the lights, and then the player is supposed to, like, they could be in push-up position, they see red, they have to touch it, stuff like that. Yeah. I've done that. That's actually that's a good one, because in every sport, when it comes to that reaction, that's a really good one.
Yeah. These are all great products that work on the neuromuscular aspect of the athlete. Always focusing in high performance. That's like our main focus, always the high performance athletes.
Excellent. Now you kind of alluded to this earlier, but I want to give you the opportunity to speak on it in a little more detail. With the teams that you've currently worked with, can you talk a little bit about how you came into partnership with them? And then if there's any coaches out there that are currently listening that may be interested in working with you, and or have the budget, or what would the process be for them to work with you and kind of get what you guys are going and get on with what you guys are doing?
Yeah. So first, like the teams that we have been working on. So obviously, since they started back in Colombia around 7 years ago, they actually established great relationship. Well, Carlos was a professional soccer player for a long time. And he has been in the athletic training world for a long time. He established a relationship.
So did he transition directly from playing into being an athletic trainer?
So he went from playing soccer to go to college for being an athletic training while he was doing.
I gotcha. Okay.
He was also doing track and field. He was decathlonist, and he graduated and became, after he went to school for 6-7 years, and after that he just that's when he, obviously he was working while he was an athletic trainer, but after that, that's when he fully dedicated to that. into creating the equipment.
Listen, current athletes, man, get your plan B. Make sure you're building your career for after sports. Just putting it out there. You know, you see the kinds of things that happen. I can't stress that enough. Make sure you're getting that plan B together, because as soon as he transitioned, he already knew what he was going to do, and he was rolling with it, man. You know, I go off on tangents on this show, by the way. Whenever some good stuff happens, I just have to point these things out to the listeners. But go ahead, man.
No, I agree with you. Like, I agree with you. You have to have always a plan B and make sure that you are working everything at the same time, like in different fronts. Yep. But yeah, coming back to the athletes, they had great relationships with a lot of soccer teams, and that's when they started like selling the equipment. People liked it a lot. And it kind of like became a snowball in Colombia. Everybody wanted to have it. Everybody has it. Around 70% of the professional soccer teams have it, and the Colombian national team like as well. So it's been a great process. But we haven't just worked with only with soccer. We have worked with he's worked with the professional volleyball team from Colombia, the national volleyball team.
Yeah, that'd probably be really good for the jumping one too.
Yeah, and the eccentric equipment as well, and also with the national judo team. So just like with different products with different athletes, and it's been a great experience for them, and the data that we have been able to gather is pretty big as well. So yeah, like it's been a good process. Now, what was the second question that you asked?
Yeah, just if there are any coaches out there listening or athletic directors out there listening, what would they need to do to work with you and kind of get on?
Okay. So yeah, if there is any coach that is interested, they can always reach out to us in our on our webpage, wheelersportstech.com. Like, our information is there. They can place orders there, or they can even like just reach out to us. We have a couple of salespeople ready to pick up the phone. We have different we have different financing plans. So, like, even if you don't have the budget to get it right now, like, we can always work something out. We're extremely flexible about that. We're all about getting the product out right now, and we like to have exposure with different gyms. And so, yeah, that's the most important for us, is teaching people how to use them, for people to be able to implement it. So even if you don't have, the budget right now, you can implement a whole, like, we call it isoinertial zone or eccentric set on your gym, and we can work at we can finance it to multiple months. So it becomes a little easier for everybody. So we're willing to work with everyone, like we always want to.
Yes, I mean, and this, even I coached high school for 2 seasons, and this was before COVID, and even then it's a struggle. It's the haves and the have-nots. It really is, and especially with what's going on with NLI, NIL deal, and all that. It's so much going on in the sports world that you need to test out the product, and you need to make sure it works, because these are people's careers that are on the line, and they're trying to go pro and all these things. So it's excellent that you do that. So as we close, though, can you just talk a little bit about what's next? What can you see down the pipeline? Is there a plan for more products, or how do you see the next 10 to 15 years panning out when it comes to Wheeler Sports Tech?
So I see us growing a lot. Just how I say, like, we have a really good objective in mind, is to put great equipment out there, help a lot of coaches to just become better and offer something different to their athletes. So we are looking to expand our products right now as well. We have the force plates that are going to be coming in a month. Our own force plates of the brand, with our own software and everything. And we are looking to implement all of the products that we have back in Colombia in here. So, we have a vast array of things. It's not just the 3 equipments that I mentioned, but we also have dynamometers, encoders, vertical, horizontal encoders. And we're just trying to develop all of that back in Colombia to bring it here later on. So we're going to expand to a lot of different products as well. And, super excited for that. For now, we got to, jump that hurdle of like bringing over the force plates. But after that, more and more things are going to be coming. We're going to keep evolving for sure.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. And can you just tell people how to get in touch with you, and what's the best way of reaching out?
All right. Well, like, you guys can always get in touch. Like, everybody can get in touch with me. I'm always available, always working. So you can reach us 716-908-3028. David Gonzalez. I'm always going to pick up the phone. You can also, in our webpage, all of our information for our sales staff is going to be there as well, wheelersportstech.com. And also we're pretty active in social media. So Wheeler Sports Tech, social media, Instagram, Facebook, even LinkedIn, you can reach out through there. And our marketing team is pretty active there. They'll always answer your questions as soon as you send any message, any direct message or any comment. So you can reach us through all of those platforms for sure.
All right. So to officially close the show, here's what I usually do with all my guests. I want you to just use your imagination and just pretend you're actually at a stage, you're on the stage and it's a room full of athletic directors and gym owners and athletic trainers, and you've been given a couple minutes to speak about your product and what you do. You tell them what, and we'll officially close.
So how is it like? I'm in a gym and what do I say at the end?
It's all right. So it's you have the microphone, right? You're at the podium, and it's a room full of athletic directors, gym owners, and athletic trainers, and they're all interested in hearing more about Wheeler Sports Tech. And you go. Oh yes. Yeah, these ones get a little crazy.
And what do you mean? What should I say? I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Just say. We'll say whatever it is you would tell them. So they could all be customers, correct?
Right.
So just sell the product.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. Well, you caught me off guard. But yeah.
Hey, this happens on every single one. It happens because this is the part of the show we want to leave the listeners with, I got to get this part. I got to get in touch with this guy.
All right. Well, yeah, for sure. We're always happy to, work with different coaches, teach them how to work on it. So if you guys are interested, please reach out to me and I'll be happy to, introduce you to the product, give you a rundown of how it works and, we to install it and have it ready for you. So whenever you guys are ready, just reach out to us.
I love that. And not only that, the only thing I would add is just the product will sell itself. And I will add a little more to it because I've been on the website. I've seen it. I've been in the trenches. I've worked with high schools and gyms. I know when it comes to those data-driven products, it's very important from a recruiting standpoint because there's so much competition out there. There's so much competition that if you're a young athlete, I'll even use my nephew as an example. He plays basketball. He's going to be 11 in a few months. When you're a young athlete and you have that data from that age and you're able to just look at it and say, I'm going to be better today and know where you need to be, have a benchmark and know where you need to be. Those are the really, really important things for growing. So again, David, I appreciate you jumping on this July 4th. I appreciate your work ethic. Please give my best to Daniela and Coach Wheeler. Everybody out there, continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon. Excellent, man.
Who wants that perfect love story anyway? Cliche. Who wants that hero love that saves the day? Anyway, cliche. What about the bad guy goes good? Yeah, an innocent love and misunderstood. Yeah. Hourglass, toast to cliches in the dark past. Toast to cliches in the dark past.
Boy meets girl perfect woman. Girl get the bustin' from the cops, come running Chuck the deuce say, fuck what you say, boys in blue say,
I don't care if we on the run, baby, long as I'm next to you. Without you, I got nothing to lose.
I'm an outlaw, got an outlaw chick. Bumpin' Tupac on my outlaw shit. Matching taxes, ink don't come off. Even if rings come off and things ring off, my nails get dirty. My past ain't pretty. My lady is, my Mercedes is. My baby mama harder than a lot of you niggas. Keep it 100, hit the lottery, niggas. You ain't bout that life, ain't got a lot of me, nigga. You know it's to the death, I hope it's I be the niggas. Cross the line, speak about mine. I'ma wave this tech, I'm a geek about mine. Touch a nigga where it's rib back. I click clack, put your motherfucking wig back. I did that, I've been wildin' since a juvie. She was a good girl till she knew me. Now she's in the drop, bustin' you, we screamin'.
Now that I found the places that you take me. Without you, I got nothing to
Deeper than
lose.
words, beyond right. Die for your love, beyond life. Sweet as a Jesus piece, beyond ice. Blind me, baby, with your neon lights. Ray-Bans on, police in sight. Oh, what a beautiful death. Let's both wear white. If you go to heaven and they bring me to hell, just sneak out and meet me, bring a box of L's. She fell in love with the bad guy. The bad guy, what you doing with them rap guys? Them rap guys, they ain't see potential with me, girl. But you see it, if it's me or you against the world, then so be it,
I don't care if they give me life.